Welcome back. Come try look it up. This is next in my series of videos for new gun owners. New gun owners, welcome to the fold. Some of you are probably in the minority, people who are going to buy a gun anyway, and it just happened to fall during this wonderful coronavirus. And some of you have just realized, oh shit, the police aren't responding to things anymore. I'm responsible for myself. Either way, welcome. So, new gun owners, this video is aimed at you. We have 4 rules of firearm safety. They're the basic rules of firearm safety. And everybody online loves to debate these and chop them into pieces. Don't do that. Don't make it difficult for yourself. They're very simple rules to follow, and they exist for a reason. We're going to go over those rules, right, and why they exist, and they're for your safety and the safety of people around you. So that's what this video is going to be about. So there are 4 rules. We're going to start right off. We're going to start with number 1. And everybody kind of phrases it differently everywhere, but rule number 1 is basically all guns are loaded all the time, period, forever, full stop. What does that mean? Here's where people get into the nitty-gritty and minutia of it. What if my gun's loaded all the time? How am I supposed to... Shut up. Don't break it down into something stupid that it's not. Just stop. What it means is just treat your gun like it's loaded all the time. Okay? So that means that if you leave the room and you go grab a Coke or a whiskey or whatever, and you come back to your shotgun or your pistol or your AR or whatever is on the table that you're going to clean, right? When you pick that gun up, check to make sure it didn't get loaded. Because you know that it's not loaded, but we've all seen the news stories every year where someone was cleaning their firearm, and probably half of those are lies, but we'll just assume they're all telling the truth and they were cleaning their firearm. We've all seen it where somebody, oh, I was cleaning my firearm and I shot my wife in the face. Why? Well, because you violated a couple rules there, but most importantly, number 1, you didn't assume that the gun was loaded. This applies in all areas of gun handling. Now, the 4 rules of firearm safety are for when you're handling your guns. Okay? Your AR-15 is not going to jump out of the safe, load itself, and shoot somebody. It has to have somebody do that for it. It's a non-sentient piece of mechanical stuff. It's not going to do anything on its own. So you have to violate that rule in order for bad things to happen. So you always want to assume all guns are loaded. Now, here's how we illustrate that point. This is my Sig Sauer M17 P320 9mm pistol. Okay? This is the current issue for the U.S. military forces. Is this gun loaded? Fuck yeah. Is it really? No, I know it's not. I know it's not loaded. I just unloaded it. But there's a magazine in the, and it's closed. So how do I know it's not? Well, very simple. When you pick up a gun, assume it's loaded, right? I'm going to assume this gun is loaded. Therefore, I'm not going to do anything stupid with it. And I'm going to check to make sure it's not loaded. How you do that? On a semi-automatic pistol, what you want to do is drop the magazine. That is always step number 1 to unloading a semi-automatic pistol. Don't do anything else. Take the magazine out. There's no bullets in this magazine, so I know the magazine's clear, right? Put the magazine down. Now, rack the slide. If you don't know how to do that, I just made a video. Go watch it. I'll link it below. When you rack the slide, and we're going to see if we can get the camera to focus, check in the slide here. Now, I don't recommend, some people recommend sticking your finger in there. If you've ever had the slide slam closed on your finger, you know why that's a bad idea. But look in there. If you can't see because it's dark, pull out a flashlight and look in the chamber. And I can't see if I can get this on. There we go. See? There's no bullet in that chamber. So I know this gun is unloaded. Why? Because I just checked to make sure it was unloaded. Now I've come back from the bathroom with my whiskey and Coke. Now I know this gun is unloaded. Now I can take this gun apart and clean it safely because I know there's nothing in here. That is what that rule means. Just always assume they're loaded. Check. When some guy at a firearms store hands you a pistol across the counter like this, check it. Just check it. You know why? Because it doesn't cost you anything except for a couple of seconds. Half the time you can just do this. Is there anything coming out? Is there anything in the chamber? Nope, I'm good. Now I can look at the damn thing. Okay? That's rule number one. Don't overthink it. Just assume guns are loaded. Always check. Always check. Then you don't shoot somebody accidentally. Okay? Rule number two. Rule number two goes along with rule number one. Here's the thing with the rules. If you follow at least one of the damn rules, something bad will not happen to you. Okay? Rule number two. Don't ever point the gun at anything you don't want to destroy. Very simple, right? Don't overthink it. Don't point the damn gun at anything that you don't want shot. It's easy, right? What does that mean? Don't point it at yourself. That's just stupid. You may think it's hysterical to make a joke. It's not. It's stupid. We'll all laugh at you when you kill yourself accidentally. It's not funny. It's stupid. Don't point it at your wife. Don't point it at your kids. Don't point it at your dog. Don't point it at your TV. Don't point it at the camera that you don't want to destroy. Don't point the damn gun at anything you don't want to destroy. It's very, very simple, right? That's how you avoid accidents. You assume it's loaded. Check to make sure it's not. And don't point at anything you don't want to kill. If you follow both of those rules, you'll never kill anybody cleaning your gun. Simple, right? Rule number three. Always keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. This is part of our problem as a society, is that we love all things Hollywood. We love television, we love movies, we love when action stars do things, we love when Arnold Schwarzenegger or Sylvester Stallone, well, I'm old, so Chris Pratt or Chris Evans or anybody new, right? Vin Diesel, any of those guys. You see the movie posters all the time. Now, we're going to double check this again, right? Yeah, there's nothing in there. So now I'm going to demonstrate. There's a safety on this gun, so I can't pull the trigger anyway. But this is how Hollywood thinks, see, keep your finger off the trigger. This is how Hollywood thinks you should pose for a photo, is with your finger on the trigger. No. Do you want to shoot the ceiling? No. Keep your finger off the trigger until your gun is on target. It's that simple. This is how you should hold your gun. Once you become used to this, and you do this all the time, you don't put your finger on the trigger until you're ready to shoot. You will start doing this with your power drill. You will start doing this at the gas station with the gas pump. You will do this on everything. And it's a good idea for anything. Just don't put your finger on the trigger, right? Until you're ready to shoot that gun, don't put your finger on the trigger. Well, that's a stupid rule. What if, no. It's an easy, super simple rule to follow, right? When you pick a gun up from a desk, from your safe, from whatever, your finger never touches the trigger. You put your finger along the side of the gun. Don't touch the trigger until you're ready to shoot the gun. Okay? It's that simple. Don't overthink it. And rule number 4, also very important. Know your target and know what's beyond it. This is something else that people overthink all the time, but it's very, very simple. As a new gun owner, hopefully you will be going to the range to get some experience. Hopefully you will be getting some training. I beg you, please, please get some training, please. For the safety of you and your family and everyone around you, get some goddamn training. But regardless, hopefully you're going to go to the range and try out your new gun, right? Rule number 4 just means know your target and what's beyond it. It's just situational awareness. If you're shooting at a paper target and it's 20 feet away, what's behind that paper target? Did you put it in your backyard? Is your neighbor's living room window directly behind that target? Because a 9mm bullet's going to go right through that paper target and right through your neighbor's window and right through the back of their head and probably out the front into somebody else's head too. That's what it means. What is behind your target? Is it a nice 12-foot high dirt berm at the shooting range? Great, because that's what you want behind your target. Are you in an indoor range? Is it their nice covered, you know, they have usually like rubber, like recycled tires and stuff back there to absorb the bullets when they go to the back of the range? Great, that's what you want behind your target. Did you put the target in your driveway and your neighbor's cat is on a fence right behind it? You don't want that. I mean, maybe you do, but you shouldn't. You shouldn't kill your neighbor's cat for that. That's all that rule means. Just situational awareness, right? It's very simple. Don't overthink these rules. Don't be that asshole on Reddit going, well, how am I supposed to carry my gun if I'm not supposed to point it at something I don't want to destroy? People could be below me on the stairs. No shit. That's why these are the rules for handling firearms, not the rules for when your firearm is in a holster and you're not touching it, okay? That's it. 4 simple rules. Let's review. 1, all guns are always loaded. Period. Full stop. Number 2, don't point the gun at anything that you do not want to shoot, see killed, or destroyed. Number 3, keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot the gun. And number 4, know your target and what's behind it. Situational awareness. That's it. Don't overthink it. Those are the 4 rules of firearm safety for handling your guns and not being a dickhead. See you next time. Doing a little addendum to that video. Here's the reason why. I think I failed to explain why this is so important. When you're unloading a semi-automatic pistol, when you're unloading this, the reason that we drop the magazine first is because you could have bullets in your magazine. So if you had bullets in the magazine and you left the magazine in there and you racked the slide to clear the chamber and let it fly home, yep, you cleared the bullet out of the chamber. It's going to fall on the floor or your table or whatever. But because the magazine is still in here, the slide is going to pick up the next bullet in the magazine and stick it in that chamber. So then you've racked the slide, now you drop the magazine, and then for whatever reason you pull the trigger. The gun goes off. But I unloaded it, you think. No, you didn't. You didn't at all. Because you left the magazine in, it had rounds in it, and it picked up the next one when you ran the slide. So when you unload a semi-automatic pistol, always drop the magazine out, rack the slide, check the chamber, ha ha, ha ha, ha ha, ha ha, ha ha.